early as Sinatra pretended to be Grim Reality. Well done by him. Both teams will face off here in the courtyard early on. I really want to watch the Tracer battle. I think Agilities is a very good Tracer. I think he's a better Genji lately, but Agilities gets Iman right away.
Agility's piling on. It's a good opening here from Immortals, and they're able to push Selfless back. And don't forget that Immortals did, in the last monthly melee, have an incredible group stage day, fueled off of Agility's having one of the best. No kills coming here just yet. Not getting the poke they need. Selfless able to rope a dope, and Grim Reality just gets attached from the back from a pulse bomb to Fran. Not done yet. Looking for Zen. Dodges out of the right click, but the rest of Selfless moving in from the front, putting Immortals in a terrible position. And Immortals, they can't back out here, Hex. It's do or die. Overtime is in progress. They must find a way of flipping this back, but the kills simply not going in their favor.
Agilities will get one, but the Earthshatter comes in on the point. Everyone else is down. Nomi's going to try to bring this back, but he is all by his lonesome. The wick is burning halfway down as the remainder is cleaned up. Agilities was staying alive just to try to delay a little bit, but a valiant effort from Immortals ends with...
So, you'd arguably think the way these teams have played that'd be better for Selfless to give it an attempt here just because of Immortals' weaknesses, but instead Immortals trying to master their weaknesses by using them themselves. Agilities looking for fairer value here, and Immortals doing an okay job of holding things back. They have control on the point here, but you gotta expect Selfless is gonna deep dive here sooner rather than later.
Well, Grim does put some pressure on behind them, so it does make them flip around a little bit. That confuses Michael enough that Agilities is able to land that rocket, so half of the healing now down for Selfless. And a nice opening here for Immortals. They look for more. That is a good cleanup, though. Nomi now out of the mix, very back and forth.
It's back and forth, but Immortals does feel to be in a bit of driver's seat here. No one is on Agilities, and he is laying in the rockets. Good positioning, Grim there for the cleanup, and this will be a first point take for Immortals. Take, not tank. They absolutely did not tank. Not yet, anyways.
Oh, they haven't grabbed it yet. And given how Selfless plays, they might just throw some people out at this point to prevent the cap. There it is. They actually start putting some time.
It removes him from the fight, and this is going from bad to worse here for Selfless as they struggle to retake.
Well, it's because nothing can pressure him from long range. What is stopping Agilities from just popping up over the bridge every time and throwing 4 rockets down, hoping for the best?
A conscience? I don't know. There's really nothing there that will stop him with what they're running. Agilities, though, fine stack early on, and Immortals piling on in what does appear to be a compositional mismatch. Selfless, late Graviton comes in. Not going to be enough.
Yeah, Sound Barrier will keep everyone alive, and for the first time, Selfless does play fast and loose with ultimates. Part of their style, totally get it. Immortals.
Sometimes you just throw them away without appreciating what they can do. Either way, Selfless moving back in once more. Sinatra very charged up, finishing off what him and Defran were on. And 65 minutes, a pretty good engage to start things out.
Yeah, it's very nice for them to be able to take out Agilities, who, as I mentioned, is such a key part of whatever composition Immortals is running. So now that the hook is off the field, it gives everyone a lot of chase potential. They're going to go in here, just start throwing down out of their ultimates. It's been so much better. Now it's time to just go after it. Hyped cannot die here. He does. He dies with Grav. That's perfect.
Graviton not going to be a factor here, at least from Immortals. A Selfless Sinatra already going to have another Graviton back up. Drops it probably just for hubris at that point. It's another one-man grab, but I think it's a respectable one-man grab under the circumstances.
And they had the setup, but Hype did not look through the hallway. He got hooked by the flanking Emong there. The grab stayed in his pocket.
Proves they can beat it. It's almost FGC logic 101, but in Immortals' case, they're going to let things ride on the Genji, which is fine for Agilities. He's great on it here. And wow, just getting right in on Sinatra. Sinatra lucky to get healed up and alive. Michael 3D on point. And Selfless, they're healed up. They're bringing this right back.
That is fearless play from Agilities to get all the way in there, but still pretty bloodless so far. Grim is going to get a pack. He got very low right now. Still no one getting picked off just yet. The point does open up. It seems like Selfless might just give this up. Nope, they step on the point.
Just in time. Immortals playing the objective, but Nomi falling could make things tough. Hyped getting demeched, and Selfless just piling on. Agilities, oh no!
Okay.
Dragon Blade comes out late, not able to get what he's looking for. And that's unfortunate because now they won't have it for the retake, and Selfless will certainly grab this point.
I mean, rarely do I say that you can't play Genji against just a Zarya, because if it's just this...
Has the pulse bomb, but here's the thing to look at. Sinatra, Graviton is out. And again, it's a one-man Graviton, but Verbo having the worst day will go down in that as a result. And Sinatra piling on. 3-2 in favor of Selfless. Oh no, that just knocked 2 people off. It certainly knocked 1 off as Selfless gets back in onto this point.
They've got some numbers now. A beautiful Earth Shatter from Kresnik will put 2 on the ground who are unceremoniously swept up with that hammer. It is just hyped, and Nomi now on the stall out. The self-destruct will buy them a moment at least. As Agilities dashes through Kresnik.
This is about as close as it gets, but Immortals not giving up here. Respawn's coming back in, and Agilities doing enough work, dashing through. 2 kills on his plate, and immediately busts out the blade. No hesitation once more. And Sinatra, the corner of death. Nothing awaited him. Hammer beating sword, but only for a moment. Still, Selfless not able to get back onto the point, and we are going to a decisive round number 5. Really was making a name for himself as one of the best Genjis in the scene. It felt like his stomping grounds was Control Center, where every ridiculous Shadowbird montage came on this. So we know Genji can be good here. Let's see if Agilities can maintain that tradition. The engages in and immediately takes down Kresnik with the aid of Nomi. High value dashes coming in here as he dashes through 3.
It is nice, the trades do come out, but mostly for the side of Immortals, even though they lost Athan pretty early on, which has been somewhat of a theme. They're focusing on Athan really hard. It's not necessarily his fault that he's going down, but a really nice initiation.
Fighting their way back into this, plenty of ults in reserve to win this next fight, but this fight will be full of flash. Watsits up, and Nomi ignores Kresnik against both the supports, killed! No, Nomi! It's a good Earth Shatter, but Nomi opened that up. Agilities perhaps can maybe pull this back, but that is not going to happen.
Pretty brutal stuff there, and now the reinforced time on this stage is a little bit longer than some of the others. It's going to be hard for them to get back in here as it ticks up to 90. They should be able to get onto the point last fight, and Agilities has the blade. I think you boost them. You ride or die with it.
Well, we'll have to see. Sinatra drops a grab to the back, picks up at least 1. Oh, Agilities on the nap. What a sleep from Michael 3D. And Immortals, they might be losing this map after all. They had a 99% to 0 lead, and Selfless has brought this back in an epic fashion. Hex, I can't believe this is happening, and yet, despite the great game Agilities have, it fades away. Selfless pushes Immortals off the point, and they take this first map.
I mean, you nano blade your Genji there. He dives in, and Michael 3D says, like, you know that scene in the first King Kong movie where it's just all bugs? No. Yeah, I'm done with that.
Centipedes, man.
Yeah, it's rough.
Well, the first fight is underway, and Selfless taking it to Immortals once more. Immortals, they are running the fair, and actually, Immortals, they have 3 people at no health left remaining, just about. But they're not able to live. It's still going to be Selfless pushing it right back in.
Yeah, they all get very low. Sinatra is able to clean up most of that, though, but still, the ground war is commencing. Now the respawns are going to come back in for Immortals as they died pretty early. A pulse bomb now goes on Sinatra, who just takes that, says thank you very much. I would enjoy that charge. I appreciate it, sir. As he's now going to come in with a very high-powered beam, still kind of just pushing each other back and forth as trades come out.
So, you see Selfless coming back in here. Neither team with full control, but Defran unchecked around the sides, able to take down 2. And looking for more.
Yep, ground war still going on. Defran getting a little better of that. Grim Reality is trying to take down Sinatra. Will finally find pay dirt there. They've gotten about 60% here, but it's still just a bloodbath on the point, a pixel apocalypse, if you will. The late sound barrier comes in to try to keep this in contention from Verbo, as most of the people coming back in. Now this is where it could start swinging over to Immortals, because they've got a resurrection.
Immortals does have way more bodies on the point here, but Verbo just shot in the back of the head by Defran as he piles in, and just like that, Selfless able to bring it right back as...
Another miracle. Agilities has played. Here it comes.
Agilities moving in. Dragon Blade is out. Has a Diva in his face, but will carve right through that mech armor. Swift strike to finish it out. And Immortals might just be bringing this back. It's still close. Defran and Sinatra still in play, but so is Agilities and Grim. That said, Sinatra finding Grim early on. Not under pressure here in the corner. Very close between the two.
Yeah, Defran is able to get some work going there. Sinatra is able to take out the D-Mech Hype. Here comes a Primal Rage, though, so should buy a little bit of time. Agilities ends up falling to Kresnik to some headshots. Grim is going to need one of these amazing pulse bombs to close it out, but it's been overtime so long that Wick burns fast, and Selfless will take stage 1.
Either way, Selfless certainly going more ground and pound here. Agilities, he can go anywhere. He's a Genji. Climb the walls, dash in, whatever it may be, and they certainly force Emong back early on, but he gets healed up. Michael 3D on point with the support there, and Selfless staying as a unit, throwing themselves back, and they find Grim, who is on the flank. So already Immortals in a bit of a tough shape here, as Selfless now counter pushes right back in.
Well, that's a phrase I'm used to seeing in the kill feed. Deframe takes down Athan, finds agilities towards the end too, and man, I was feeling bad most of the day for Reinhardt's, and now I'm just starting to feel really bad for Zenyatta's.
Everything is fine now, so long as you get a fresh stream feed.
Yeah, Shift F5 there if you would like, and they are just going to boost in Nomi to try to get to this backline. He gets an anti-heal, but they will combine to take out Michael. Meanwhile, though, Sinatra says, anything you can do, I can do better. Takes out both supports.
Selfless piling on all angles, but I don't know what more you can say here aside from Defran, and also Defran. It was very good tank play from Emong, don't get me wrong, but what more can you ask from a Tracer than what we've seen from Defran in this particular round?
He's been hungry like a wolf and just absolutely crushing it. Oh wait, that's Duran. Never mind. That's a terrible joke anyway. They are going to go 2-0 on Oasis, and
one of the fronts, which is the game. They're up to nothing. Match point for Selfless.
Well, the brawl starts out in the room, and Emong is the first to fall in that. That's going to make a lot of people much more comfortable on the side of Immortals, as Hook no longer an option for them to have to deal with. Hype is just bullying his way in, trying to crush the front door all by himself, but now both Roadhogs down.
5v5 here, but look at Sinatra, supercharged up, 90 energy. It's going to be difficult to come back in with the damage Grim has done to the backline, but this is how Immortals must navigate this minefield of tank ultimates if they wish to stay alive and in the series.
Yeah,
Kresnik first to come up, still holding on to the Shatter. Nomi, you cannot charge in this situation. The Shatter comes down and hits one. The Graviton is there as well, but the fall through isn't there, and Nomi with the beautiful charge into Kresnik. Immortals 6v5, but now 4v4 as the fight breaks down.
It's getting really sloppy on the point. It is just 3v3. Doc moves in a weird position, getting very aggressive, finds himself in the middle of 3 and pays for it. Now the charge is going to come and take down Sinatra. Immortals not dead yet.
Alive, not off the hot seat here just yet. Match point still in play for Selfless as they look to put this one away.
Well, different composition here from Immortals as they got punked on this stage earlier, and the Zari just camped their front door, so instead they're going to take to the skies. Agilities and Athan representing the Pharmacy combo.
Defran can take the boost pad up. All paths are open to him, and that is one way of getting in on numbers, and he does! Athan goes down! Just when you think you're safe from Defran, the anti-air tracer coming in huge.
Oh, that's so...
In the series, remember, at stake is their berth into the upper round. If they lose, into the lower round they go. Self-destruct coming up here from Hyped. Will connect. It does not. It's Sinatra and Kresnik connecting instead. The resurrection is out there, so Immortals gets one more crack at this.
The grab caught 3 early, but one more crack right into a self-destruct from Selfless, and they are looking to close it out. Athan now down. They are in desperation mode. They are looking for a miracle. Hype gets poked out. Grim eats the nade.
And Selfless finishing it out strong, removing Immortals from the point and removing their chances of going into tomorrow in the upper bracket. Selfless finishes out the group stage 3-0.